Hey, Instagram. You have to excuse my lashes. These are a little old. And I'm just out here. The sun's not being great to everyone, but I did want to come by so we can continue with our 90-day challenge. And let me just scoot it back. Okay. So I wanted to continue with our 90-day challenge. And today's video or stream is entitled Single Mother. It does get better. And I'm just wanting to come and encourage our single parents. I say mother, but there are some single fathers out there as well. And I just want to come and encourage you if you have small kids or school age children and you're feeling the burdens of nurturing and raising your children. And I just want to actually come by and really tell you it does get better. My daughter will be 19 this year, my first. And my son, he just turned 17 this year. And I remember a time in our lives where literally we were being hit back to back to back to back with storms, shit that was pushing my family down, 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 down. And when you are a single parent, it's just you. And you're looking like, I'm going down. And if I fall down and don't get up, what are my kids going to do? So I know that there are mothers that are struggling, and I'm even still in my struggle, but the Bible tells us that we overcome by the power of our testimonies. And I know my purpose in life is that I am to tell my testimony to keep others or to help others from going through that very same thing. So today I'm encouraging single mothers, whatever that adversity, whatever that obstacle has come that looks like it's going to take your family out, I want to encourage you and say it's going to take your family up. Can't see it now. You won't be able to see it. But if you are subscribed to me, I'm going to keep on painting that picture because I know for my own self, I was in some darkness. I was in some adversity. I was in some obstacles that did not look like there was no hope. Matter of fact, my situation looked so hopeless that family gave up on me. My circumstances looked so hopeless that my friends gave up on me. That's how bad it was, because you will find when you go through your storm and you're looking for individuals that you can anchor onto, there's no one there. But don't fret, because that's not a reflection of who you are. It's only there to be a reflection of who God wants to be to you. Yeah. Yep. Looking back over, and you know what, I tend to be evasive sometimes with you guys, but if you allow me time to grow in doing my videos, you will see that I will learn as I'm trusting you and you're trusting me. We're going to begin to open up more to each other. And so I want to tell this story. I was talking to my aunt this morning and I had to bring to her remembrance. I was like, many people don't remember this incident, people in my family. But what happened was I had to have an outpatient surgery. Simple outpatient surgery. They said that I needed my gallbladder removed. In and out, in and out, in and out. Too many people I knew had it. It was nothing. It was going to be nothing. So I went in for my surgery that morning. I hadn't made any plans for my children or my finances or anything because it was outpatient. Someone told me that in and out, in and out. Well, I went to the surgery. I got out that day. It was an outpatient surgery. I came home, but lo and behold, 24 hours later, I was in the worst pain that I have ever imagined. Matter of fact, it was worse than childbirth. It was worse than child labor. And there was no explanation. I'm like, what is it? I knew I was dying. So I go to the hospital and they send me home. Sent me home. And I'm in this pain. They might have given me some pain medicine, but I'm in this pain. I'm in this excruciating pain, you guys. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? This is it. This is it. Here come the trolls. Okay, so I'm thinking this is it. I'm out. Oh God, just I'm going home, Lord. I've done my best, Lord. Just tell my kids I love them. So I go back to the hospital, and lo and behold, the doctor who did my surgery punctured my liver, and bowel was leaking out into my body. So they immediately admitted me into the hospital, sent me for emergency surgery to put a stent into my liver to stop the leakage from the poisoning that was in my body. And then I had to recover by getting antibiotics and those things that would get that bowel out. And I ended up staying in the hospital for 4 weeks. And you wouldn't even imagine that while I was in the hospital, someone broke into my house and stole everything. All of my kids' belongings, all of my business stuff, everything. And in my heart, I just couldn't imagine who hated me that much that they would do that. Who hated me that much that they would rob me at my lowest. But I didn't have time to think about that. The most important thing that I had to do at that time was think about, okay, guess what? My mom has my kids right now, but I know she can't do it forever. Who the fuck's going to take care of my kids? And I remember that night thinking, Lord, I just want to die. Take me out. I can't take it anymore. I've been through so much. I'm all alone. I remember very vividly a Swahili nurse. She was from Swahili. She walked into my room, and I guess she had looked at my chart, and she says, Maisha. And she looked at me. And if you know anything about that name, Maisha, when she looked at me, I looked like death. Never knew what my name meant until that day. And she said, do you know what your name means? And I looked at her like, bitch, I don't even care. But I looked and I said, no. She said, your name means life. My name means life. And at the very lowest point of my life, at the very lowest point of my health, at the very lowest point of my motherhood, at the very lowest point, I thought here was someone telling me my name meant life. Total contradiction of where I was at that point, right? And it just goes to show that sometimes you go through storms that don't look like you're going to come out. But if you hang on to that piece of faith, that little bit of mustard seed faith that the Lord tells us to have, just imagine how much we can come out. You know what I mean? Because I knew for a fact I was going to die that day. I knew for a fact I had a death sentence on me that day. Mm-hmm. But you cannot tell me that the power of God is not stronger than any ill will or intentions of man. Yeah. Because see, gastric surgery, it's very simple. It's very simple. The probability of someone dying from that surgery is so low. But guess what? I almost died. And I knew that was a major mistake on my alcoholic surgeon. Mm-hmm. But because of who I am and who I belong to, that death sentence didn't take me out. So I knew then that whatever the reason was that I didn't die, that I would have to tell my story. And I did not come out of the storm then. That was just the lowest part that I've ever been to, knowing that I was at my lowest, that somebody hated me that much, a single woman with 2 kids now, small kids, that they hated me that much to rob my home, to take out my identity, to take out my business, the way I feed my kids, because they thought I was going to die. So mother, whatever your situation, circumstance, adversity, obstacle, giant in your life, It does get better. It does get better. Now, without your commitment, it won't. Without your dedication, it won't. Without your why, it won't. But with those things, commitment, dedication, and knowing your why, you will be able to overcome anything. You will be able to overcome anything. And ma'am, it's not easy. Mm-mm. And it's not for the vain, the faint at heart. You got to have some willpower. You got to have some courage. You got to have some strength. And that's why you can subscribe to my channel. You can get involved in my 90-day challenge because I want to give you the tools and tips that no one's going to be able to give you. You know why? Because they ain't been through shit. How's somebody going to tell you to overcome death and they ain't never been? How's somebody going to tell you to overcome robbery and they ain't never been robbed? How is a woman going to tell you how to raise kids when she's always had help? You know, I'm very leery of who I take advice from because people had all this advice for me, right? Oh, Maisha, God is going to do this amazing thing. Oh, Maisha, do this. And I'm looking like, what have you been through? Can you give me some? No one could tell me how to get over someone breaking into your house when you almost die and robbing you, taking you for everything you own. No one can tell me how to raise kids after that. No one can tell me. I had to learn on my own. Your situation is very independent of everyone else's too. No one's going to understand what you're going through. It's not their testimony. It's not their trial. It's not their storm. No one can go through it for you. No one can tell you how to get through it. But I can tip you on how to stay strong, how to stay committed, how to stay dedicated so that you can overcome these obstacles, right? Right? Because we know that the enemy comes to seek who he can devour. We know that as kingdom vessels who have business in the marketplace, we will be tried, we will be tested. And I can go on and on and on talking about all of the things that I've been through, but I'll put a link, you know, about my story in the description page so you can kind of go back. But I'm coming from a place of victory. You know, especially when you come from a place of somebody try to cut your brake line while your daughter's in the backseat of your car. You have no brakes and not one car hit you. I ended up slamming into my garage door in my house that stopped my car. But you can't tell me dodging death attempts like that do not give you some type of courage, some type of strength and empowerment to just keep going, to just keep going. It's a powerful thing. It's a powerful thing. So if you know nothing else, single mother, you can do this. Because guess what? God does not give us more than we can handle. And I know you must be saying, I'm not this strong. I'm not capable. I'm not going to make it. But you are. You are, because we're linking arms. There's mothers all around the world praying for you guys and your children and your families. There's fathers all over the world that have positioned themselves as responsible family men that are covering families everywhere in prayer. I'm telling you, you're going to make it. Not just because I said so, because God says so. God says so. You can make it. And it's a powerful thing when you take your power back and you begin to get committed on your focus. So let's join this challenge. Let's keep empowering each other. Drop me a line and let me know that I'm just not out here talking in vain. But I know there are so many women who are afraid to step out of their comfort zones, and they have these adversities and their obstacles that they're going through, and they're letting it happen. You sitting there and you're allowing those blows to take your family out. Why? When you have the authority that God gave you to rise in any occasion, to build your finances back up. I come from a credit score that was 438, ma'am, and was able to get my credit score up. I come, like I said, from having a daughter by a man who was shot 4 times, and yet he's still thriving. He's still an educator in the school system. He's still building his family. You know, these obstacles come to stop us. But if we're strong enough, we hurdle and jump over them and keep going. Keep going. Today's self-care moment is specifically for my single mothers. In this moment, no matter the adversity, obstacle, or enemy, you can make it if you keep going. So subscribe to my channel. Let me keep on giving you these tips. Let me show you how I overcame. Let me partner with you and your family in becoming balanced, dedicated, and committed to overcoming those obstacles and trials in your life. And watch how we do it together. Watch the results that we get by doing it together. I hope you guys enjoyed this little self-care moment for my single mother. Share this with a single mother that you know today. Give her the empowerment and encouragement that she needs to keep pushing for her family. They're dependent on you. Enjoy.